Okay, we are live. Hello there. Hello there. Can everybody hear? We
Can
may
everyone hear me?
Can everyone hear Julia? Can everyone hear me? Are we actually Oh yeah, man. My gig computer. Oh. Yeah,
Yes.
that thing
So what
is
happened? Tell us the story.
well, I don't know what happened. That's the problem. So, check this out. I'm using a 2012 MacBook Pro to run a program called MainStage, which is basically a program that allows your computer to kind of be like the synthesizer. And it just it wouldn't log on to my account, but the guest user account it would log in just fine. So I
Hmm.
couldn't get into the account with my main stage. I could get to main stage, but I couldn't get it to run anything of my sounds. So it just didn't work. So it was not cool. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, anyway, what's up? I see a lot of familiar faces. I see a couple faces that I haven't seen. Well, seen might be a stretch. A couple handles that I haven't seen in a while, and one which changed, I believe, unless it's a completely different person. You can't redeem get back to work already. We haven't even
Ha.
explained what we're going to do. All right, fine. Hi, guys. What's up, Jim Makes Games? What's up, Musically Inspired? Brandon, nice to see you guys here. Cosmic Void, congratulations. I just saw the announcement that you're going to be working with Donovan on a new game, or you're already working on a new game. That's pretty cool. Mega Hammer. And, yep, very nice. Oh, thank you, somebody, for something. I have no idea what that is. I can't see, but thank you, somebody, for something. Or was that Sammy's redemption? Might have been. It
I
is.
just hosted you, so that might have been
Oh,
that
maybe that was what it
sound. I
was.
don't know.
Thank you, Julia, for hosting me. Yeah, Jim Plays Games is the artist formerly known as Jim Plays Games is Jim Makes Games, which I think is great. I think that's a
Hmm.
great move there. Let everybody know that you make games and not just play games and talk about Star Trek, right? Okay, so since it's always Sammy redeem get back to work, we better talk about what the heck, who we are and what we're doing here. First of all, I would like to introduce in the upper left corner of your screen. That's Julia Minamata, the create. Ah, thank you for the subscription, Sammy. And yes, I will shout out the Fascination shirt at some point. Um, that's Julia Minamata, the creator and everything except the music person for the Crimson Diamond. EGA text parser coming out on the release date.
Yes.
The day it's released will be the release date.
Hmm.
Not giving too much away, hopefully.
Mm-mm.
The Kojima of EGA. Sure, we'll take that. Um, yeah, and I'm Dan Policar. I'm the music maker and noise person for the Crimson Diamond and a few other things, but those are not as relevant as tonight with me being the composer of the Crimson Diamond. So
Sure, but just
we're
for
gonna
fun,
be
why don't you tell us what else you've been working on?
well. I've been working on a game called Empire of Sin, which was released almost. We're almost up to a year now. I think we were released December 1, if I remember that
Holy
correctly.
cow, it's already been a year nearly?
Close. Well,
Yikes.
December. You still got a couple of months there. 10 months, I guess we've been out. We're committed to that release date.
Hmm.
That's right. Um, and I have also done some work for another friend of ours, Furoy, his game Crunk, which I've got to do some more work for as well. So that will be pretty cool. Yep, we're committed to when it's ready for sure. Um, I don't know if it'll take 2 weeks to finish the game. Hopefully, I don't think it's as long a game as Skyrim, but it could be. You never know. I don't think a one-person team developed Skyrim, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on the cheese wheel physics right now for the Crimson Diamond.
And those are in there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're going to be working on an intrigue theme or an intriguing kind of vibe tonight. What? Fractal Mind Mike, thank you for the subscription. Amazing. Judith Butler's lover, thank you for being here and asking the age-old question, what is an MT32? If you weren't here, we wouldn't know what to do. Spinning chair physics. Yep. If it's not nailed down, take it. Actually, I would say that as of all the adventure games I've played, Crimson Diamond encourages thievery less than most games. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Slightly. It discourages thievery in
Yeah,
some ways.
there isn't a lot of I don't think there's a lot of thievery. I can't think of any point in the game where you're taking other people's stuff yet. I don't know.
So it's not a kleptomaniac of an EGA text
No.
parser.
Which reminds me, I have to get Dan to beta test the build.
Oh, there we go.
So he can be a beta tester too, not just a musician on the project.
QA or beta test? Beta test is way easier. QA is probably what you need.
Both?
Okay, fair. It's because all the cabinets are empty, right? Lanterns are 5 gold each. I really like the variations of the different EGA text parsers that you got from Sierra.
Hmm.
You had Police Quest, which had cool investigative kind of tactics and techniques. You had Leisure Suit Larry, which was just fun. You had Quest for Glory, both the first 2 games are EGA. And those expertly figured out a way to incorporate role-playing into them. You have the Laura Bow game, of course,
Mm-hmm.
that this is obviously taking many nods from, although it is not the same game. Please do not confuse it. It's not. It's simply influenced by
Yes.
the Colonel's Bequest. And what else? What am I forgetting? Oh, well, the Space Quest set in space, obviously, and then, of course, King's Quest. I was watching somebody play King's Quest 4. Somebody during the day was playing King's Quest 4, and I don't remember her name. But she had about 200 or so people watching. I was like,
Amazing.
that's great. 200 people are watching King's Quest 4 in the middle of the day. That's great. You love Quest for Glory. I played the Amiga version, which technically wasn't EGA. Yeah. I don't know which version was on the Amiga, but yeah, I felt like the Amiga actually ran the Sierra games worse
Hmm.
than the PC, but they had interesting sounds.
But do you mean like load times and things?
No, just like the audio and the way they played. Some of them didn't play quite as well. I feel like the frame rates were lower. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think it's Nalvara, something like that. She was playing and she literally had 200 people watching King's Quest 4, which I thought was great.
That's a good one. If I had to pick my favorite King's Quest, that's probably my favorite King's Quest because it's a text parser EGA adventure game.
My favorite is obviously 5. I've
Hmm.
mentioned that many, many times on this.
It's funny because five is the more controversial one.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's the puzzles are like very unforgiving and overall, I'd say.
Moon Logic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple of those in there, right? But I don't know. I just liked it. I gotta play King's Quest 4 some more. That's probably what I
Mm-hmm.
gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's Nalvara, Nalvara. See if you can look her up on there. She's a what are they called? Partner, Twitch partner. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Nalvara. Nalvara. Yep. Last played. Looks like her last streams. Oh, King's Quest 3 she's working on soon. So, yeah, cool. I didn't even get to stick around too much. I just happened to see the stream and she was there streaming for a lot of people. So an EGA text parser. So, hey, there it was. Oh, no, let me type it into chat so you can see. Yeah, King's Quest 5 is the one with the owl. King's Quest 4 is pretty scary, huh? Because
Oh
doesn't it
yeah.
have like the most fairy tale stuff crammed into it?
I
The
don't know
most
actually, but
references?
they all kind of do. Possibly. Possibly.
Was KQ4 the first to support the MT32? I think so.
Hmm.
And also Space Quest 3. That was a good one for MT32 soundtracks. Overall 3700 views for King's Quest 4. Yeah, how about that? That shows that there's an interest in EGA text parsers even today. So
Which is
maybe
super, yeah, encouraging.
we'll have to reach out to Nelvara and see if we can get her a copy of the game to play on
Ah,
release. Put
very
a
good
note
idea.
there, yeah, if we
Yeah,
haven't already.
Nalvara. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, first Sierra game ever to use the MT. Right, because there's probably a ton of X68000 games that use the MT32, but the X68000 was a computer that was Japan only. So we'll have to get Julia to do some translation if we want to know some of the games that are played that used MT32 music. But there was quite a few of them, and quite a few excellent ones as well. So with that said, I kind of feel like maybe we should jump over and take a look at. Let's create. Oh, let's jump us over. Where am I? Compose. There we go. We're gonna call this intrigue
Hmm.
theme or track. We're gonna create it. We're gonna put it in the right location. TCD. And there's our intrigue track. Let's save changes to our mix. And here we are. Let's create ourselves some MIDI tracks. In fact, let's do 6 MIDI tracks, not 46.
Ooh.
We're going to give ourselves the option there. Oh no. Why don't I see what I need to see here? I am not seeing the MT32. Okay, well, that's a problem. So guess what, Julia?
What?
You get to do a quick commercial while I sort this out.
A commercial.
Yeah.
Well, I can share something I've been working on
Ooh,
actually.
please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I've
Whoops.
gotten back into the
That's what I meant to do.
I've gotten back into the cross stitching, and I'm working on uh Margot.
Ooh, look at that necklace.
Yeah. So I've got that all set up right now, which that's kind of nice. I think I finally figured out the embroidery thread colors I'm going to be working with. Yeah, settled on those. But yes. There is some color difference from her left shoulder to her right shoulder. I was trying different colors of the magenta and the cyan. Those are two of the trickier ones. But you have to kind of make compromises with these types of things. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. Um, just well, yeah, just on my idle time, and I still would love to do like little cross stitch kits of for the portraits and things. Um, and if if and when events ever become a thing again, having little Ziploc baggies with color laser printouts for the the pattern and everything, and have a little needle in there and have a little embroidery floss in the right colors, and let people have a little activity they could do. That's kind of the hope. But beyond that, I guess I can talk a little bit about. Well, I shouldn't talk a little bit about the track that Dan's going to do because it'd be good and helpful if Dan was here for that. Yeah, Fractal Mind Mike, you'd love to have an ETA cross stitch. Yeah, yeah. I'm not the only one who's done them, and it's really cool to see how other people have decided to try to make the color combinations. And I'm going to give Fractal Mind Mike a shout out. Fractal Mind Mike is an amazing game streamer, and he streamed the Crimson Diamond and the Colonel's Bequest, among other things. Super professional at it. When I watched him play the Crimson Diamond, I was extremely, extremely impressed at how well he got through the demo. So, yes. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, Jim makes games, pixel art and cross stitch. It is sort of like analog, like in real life pixel art. But yeah, the color is never going to quite be what you'd want it to be because it's kind of impossible. The color spaces are completely different. In on the monitor, it's like a red, blue, green color space, and light is coming through a screen. And when you're working in actual fabric colors, like Nancy back there, or embroidery floss, it's CMYK. Like the printing process is completely different. So you're not going to hit all the colors that you'd want to. Stixel. Super super professional is not how you usually describe Fractal Mind, Mike. You are super professional. I'm constantly impressed by how well people play adventure games. I am not good at playing adventure games as it happens. It's the irony of making one. In fact, I'm probably a good person to make one because I'll make an easy one that people won't get too stuck in. But yeah, I'm super impressed. There have been beta testers who've gotten through the entire like chapters 1, 2, and 3 with like little to no hints. And I can't. I'm just so amazed and impressed. Yes, exactly. Jim makes games. That's
The
the problem with digital art and to physical medium. The printing is the big problem for sure. And there are some colors that are more vulnerable than others, especially the cyan and the magenta for sure. I heard Dan noodling away on the keyboard. I thought it was actually in the room that I'm in right now. I was looking around. If it's like, that doesn't sound like my phone.
No, I actually got the MT32 to work because apparently my interface is dead. So I happen to also have a backup MIDI interface.
Oof. And
That's exactly the same as the other one. Yeah, you're
my
right. You're
camera's defocusing again.
focusing and out of focus again.
Yes, wonderful. Well, Fractal Mind Mike never used to play adventure games, maybe 3 to 5 total before he started streaming. Very impressed. And Judith Butler's Lover says,
She's
"Can you
right.
MT32 with all the voices of the mountains? Can you start cross stitch with all the colors of the wind?"
The answer is of course yes. Yeah, you know what? This has not been my weekend for hardware. So
Oh,
my gig laptop dies on right before I'm supposed to start playing on Saturday. And thankfully I do have a backup keyboard that I use as a controller, but it does have built-in sounds and they're really good, and I was able to get through both Saturday and Sunday's jobs after spending way too many hours trying to fix my computer, which is not working. Um, and then now this particular MIDI interface, it looks like it's dead. Why? I don't know. I don't move it around. I don't change it. It just sits there all the time. So I happen to have another one that I carry in my live bag just in case I need that for a live situation to connect my main stage to. So and here I find myself in the same situation I found myself in Saturday, although at least in this case I have something working and ready to go as a solution. But yeah, it's not been my weekend. Oh, and check this out. I wear in-ear monitors, which are essentially earbuds or small headphones that go in your ears, and that's what you use to hear everything on stage instead of an actual physical, like large speaker. Because large speakers make a lot of noise, they're loud, whatever. The in ears, you can turn them to whatever volume you want. I keep them at almost nothing. And I misplaced my in ear monitors and missed about 3 or 4 songs before the sound engineer went and found them. Somehow I had lost them upstairs in some other room, and he was able to find them, brought them back down to me, and at least I made it. So ah, Sir Highbury. I assume that is Sir Rick Highbury.
yes. Hi,
Welcome.
Rick.
Hi, Rick. How are you? Thank you for stopping by, and yeah, I hope you can stay a little bit so we can at least play some music for you.
And
Um,
yes, Sir Highbury streams occasionally. He's been streaming, I believe, Codeman Iceman here and there.
he's also developing a game.
Yes, he is. Yes.
And the Phantom Fellows, how goes it on the game development front? Because the game development front is a tough one. It's
Oh,
a tough
yes.
front to be on.
Oh, yes.
So how goes it on that front? I'd love to know. Yeah, Codename Iceman is probably more fun to watch than it is to play.
I would never play that game.
Yeah, at least so far. Yeah, I think by the oh, by the way, there's a link. Julia was kind enough to just post a link to the Steam page for Phantom Fellows, and yeah, check that out. Bit slow on my end. Paul's been busting his butt. Well, there you go. I mean, it's tough. It's just
Hmm.
tough. Game development is not a fast thing. Like, you get a band together, they record an album in a week. That's not how it works with game development. Um,
Yes.
as at least as far as I've seen, unless you're doing a game jam.
Yes, speaking of which, yeah, I was just telling Dan before we went live that I'm a little stuck on a current problem in the Crimson Diamond right now, but I think I'm just gonna let it be and move on to something else because it's not super critical. It's just a matter of when you get this that when you open up the save game or the load game dialog window, right now it's only mouse controlled, so you can click on the names of the game, the save game you want to restore, and you can click the restore button, but I wanted the player to be able to use the arrow keys and then press enter to load their game so they wouldn't potentially need to actually use a mouse at all. One of my goals is for the game to be completely playable with this keyboard. And I think there's some baked in controls. I might have to ask Francisco about this, but I think there's some baked in controls for these restore window and stuff like that, that is kind of preventing me from doing exactly what I want to do, and it's been a little bit frustrating. So I feel like I spent a couple days on it, and then I'm just going to leave it for now and just move on to actual game stuff again.
Yeah, sometimes you run into like one of those technical glitches
Yeah.
or problems that you can't seem to sort out, and it's just a good idea. Same with music. You get to a point and you're just like, you know what? Let me just leave this for now. Go
Yep.
on to something else. And
Yep.
you've seen me do it a bunch of times on stream. I don't know if you realize it or not, but I just say, "Up, we're at a good point. Let's move on and jump to do something else." Because it gets tough. It
Oh
definitely
yeah.
gets tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
get some distance from it and come back to fresh later. Exactly. Video 199X. There's so many options with the parser that, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I I can just I don't even know how difficult it is to do all the programming Julia does, but I can tell how difficult it is that I wouldn't want to do it. That's how I could tell.
Well, adventure games are pretty straightforward, I have to say, especially when you're using something like Adventure Game Studio. And even still, it's still tricky for me being someone who's being self-taught for the most part. Yeah, a lot of parser programming is, yeah, trying to anticipate and having the parser be as flexible as possible, because the last thing you want is for the player to know what they need to do but don't have the exact magical combination of words. It's incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, the magical combination of words being
Hmm.
the kicker for the text parser, right?
Hmm.
If, else if, yeah.
Hmm.
um, Wormwood Studios wrote a completely custom save function in AGS for Strangeland, so a minor tweak is definitely possible. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on your level of familiarity with number one programming and number two the engine that you're using. So in our case,
Hmm.
with the AGS engine. And how many games have you developed with AGS? This
No, not even one yet. Not even one.
part of well, you've developed a demo at least. The
Okay.
full chapter one is playable. Obviously, if you didn't know that,
Oh yes.
check out the playable demo chapter one. I
Let
think
me drop a
hopefully,
link.
yep, hopefully Julia will have that link shortly. And yeah, Cosmic Void, you're working on another point and click game now. Did we drop a link to the new game? I would love to. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
it's up
please
on
do.
Steam. If you have the link up there yet, or at least put the link to the tweet or something that I saw, because it looked cool. It's like a space themed thing, and I thought I saw your art style in it. I'm not too sure, but by those screenshots, yeah, link the tweet. Why not? We'll link the Steam page whenever you get one. And then we're going to come over here. Oh, I'm going to call up. Julia sent me a couple of links today, and they are for some references.
Yeah, so I was gonna, while you were away, I was going to talk a little bit about the track that we're going to do today, but I figured I'll wait until you're back here because why say it twice when I can only need to say it once? Um, but this intrigue track that we're working on today is for chapter 5, which I haven't even started yet, but I know what's going to happen. Like there's a few events that are going to happen that are intriguing, and I need at least one track for intrigue. And depending on how it goes, it might be for all three, or it might be for one in particular. And I've given Dan links from the Digger of Amon Ra. There's three tracks in particular I picked out. We're going to hear a little bit of them now, and just to give an idea of the kind of tone I need, and like the speed, and generally how we're going to go. And unfortunately, we can't go into more detail than that.
Yeah, I'm just calling up these
Hmm.
now so that we don't see the actual chat because we don't want to see that. And let me make sure that it's actually playing audio. It did just play audio a second ago, didn't it? Yes, I think it is. So we have 3 different pieces. Oh, let's switch so you guys can all see that. I'll shut the key cam off for now. We have the death of Watney Little, investigating the Leyendecker theme number 2, and investigating the Leyendecker theme number 1. Did I pronounce that right? Leyendecker?
Yeah, I don't
Leyendecker?
know. Whatever.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. He was
Okay,
a real
so
guy, so I'm sure someone really does know, but
not me.
neither either.
Yeah. Chapter 5, The Rave. Yeah. Let's play first. Which one do you want to play first?
It
Does it
doesn't
matter?
matter.
Okay. The order's not important here.
Yeah. Intrigue. I really love the music from Dagger from Monroe. Hey, Mega Ham Studios. Good to see you.
Hey, Donovan. I was just going to say
Hmm.
similar to Quest for Glory theme. But I
Hmm.
don't think it's that one. I think it's actually the goblins that you're thinking of, the goblin area. Okay, we get the idea of this one.
Yes.
Let's try this one. So she likes the mallet percussion. I think that's what's kind of drawing in Julia's attention, if I had to
Interesting.
guess.
Hey, yo, Eden Waith. Happy Crimson Tuesday. So it's kind of, I guess it's a bit stripped down too, which is kind of nice.
Whoops. So the 2 instruments I hear right away that are in both, the clarinet and then the mallet percussion. Those are just like immediately evident to me as something.
And you know how much
I
love the clarinet already on the MT32.
Thank you, somebody, for doing something. I don't know what the heck. Why I can't see who's doing what. I used to be able to see all that stuff. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'll have to fix that. This one's kind of cool.
Yes, very cool. There's actually a lot going on here in the different stages of it.
Yeah, there sure is. Sneaky music.
I kind of like that. It's nice. There's so much going on here that's sneaky to me. Or stealthy.
We could do
or
some
intriguing.
kind of cool echo effect. That would be pretty cool.
Even something like this on a loop would be cool. Just something simple. It keeps going and it's amazing.
Yeah, this one's quite long. This one's a few minutes. The other ones are shorter. I like all of them. What were we gonna do here? Let's play.
Was that all 3 of them?
That was all 3 of them. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let me just jump back to here real quick, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to steal this link from myself. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Slats gave the link there. Okay, let's play the Kobold Cave.
Yeah.
Similar.
I think the strings are brighter. They're like,
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if this is the MT32 version or this is the sound canvas version. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But we get the idea there. That's the Kobold Cave. Let's see if we can find Quest for Glory Goblin area.
oh yeah, that's another good one. Yes, that's sneaky.
The Goblin Camp.
We're in their corner and on it because they're
Whoops.
local.
Thanks, State Farm.
Mm-hmm.
They're not paying us enough for that. Oh, let's see here. No, that's definitely not it. Chesty, nice name. I don't think it's Goblin Area Music. Here's the complete soundtrack. Maybe we can find it. Main title theme. Goblin's Camp.
I really do like this piece. Judith Butler's Lover, have a lovely sleep. Have a great night.
Oh, that's it, Judith Butler's Lover? We will miss you.
It's definitely it's funny because I as soon as I hear the Quest for Glory stuff, it immediately sounds more like adventurous.
Adventurous meaning meaning what exactly?
Like more heroic type of music. It's not as like sneaky. It's not the kind of tone that I actually want, but it's close.
So it's more adventurous, even though you're making an adventure game.
Yes,
not the right
that's an
kind.
adventure game. I'm making a mystery adventure
You're
game.
thinking more of like that it's the fantasy setting, I suppose.
Yeah. It's more it's a bit more fantasy like for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Whereas the setting for the Crimson Diamond is more mystery.
Yes, 100%.
And obviously there's less dragons and ninjas and
goblins
and things of that nature. Sword fights.
Hardly any sword fights.
That'll probably be one of the sales pitch marketing lines. Hardly
Yeah.
any sword fights.
Yeah, that's a bullet point for sure. It's going to be a sticker on the box, like a foil sticker.
So we're going to have to find some... Whoops. Yeah, and interestingly enough, I think Brandon just said it sounds like Kyle Quest Studios remaster, which uses MT32 and Sound Canvas instruments. Yeah, because they're definitely not just MT32. The MT32 alone is pretty limiting, even though it has... There's a lot you can do with it. There's much more, especially given that it's 2021, that you can't do with it. Ah, Grundislav, what's up? Yeah, not all adventure games are adventures, as we know. That's true. That's very true. If you haven't played any of Grundislav's games, obviously you're missing out. You should play a lot of his games, especially the most recent released game, which is Lamplight City. I really liked that game. I really liked the music. I think I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago that the music for that game, especially the opening sequence, like the title screen theme, which I don't even know if you could call it a theme or it's a soundscape or what exactly it is, that was very influential on me for the Empire of Sin soundtrack, even though you probably wouldn't be able to connect the two without me just saying that it was an influential thing. Yep, wish list Rosewater for sure. Lamplight
Yeah.
City is definitely not an adventure.
And
Yeah.
and Francisco, I was just mentioning not too long ago that I'm having trouble kind of modifying the baked in restore game GUI in Adventure Game Studio, and I don't know if you've ever tried to modify it because I want to make the load selections be selected with the arrow keys and not just the mouse, and press enter to load them. And I can make it do that, but I'm having trouble with the selection, and I think it has something to do with the um, baked in way that they've done it. And I just want to know if you've ever modified the code for the restore and the save game dialog windows. And if so, we need to talk.
There we go. See, this is the real connections in real time here on Twitch. We are gonna jump into it.
Yes, let's do this.
Let's see where we're at.
Ooh, he's got a custom save load module.
Well, that's the Quest for Glory one. Let's see. Let's find our instruments first. Whoops. So we're gonna use something like the mallet sounds and or the clarinet sounds. We could use flute too.
Mm-hmm.
What would be cool is maybe if we doubled those up, even though we lose a voice that way. That might be that might be a little cool thing to do. Let's see. You know what I always have to do, try to remember, musically inspired, is that I have to try to remember not to use pedal when doing any of this stuff because it just adds so much more MIDI information that overloads the MT32, or it seems to. So are you not only sticking to the number of the sounds producible by the MT32, but the number of voices it would allow? Yeah, because I'm using a real MT32. So yeah, I'm stuck. I mean, I could overdub if I wanted to, but so far I haven't done any of that, and I don't think that there's a good reason to. We'll see.
And Dan does want to release potentially a MIDI version of the album.
Yeah, that's a thought. Is it going to happen? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Let's turn on the key cam and the salacious knee cam. As
The
well.
knee cam. I like it so far.
I think that is a little theme we could go with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, shorts, no pants. And they're mismatching horribly, but you can't see, so I can get away with it so far. Let's do this. Save that. Oh, let's save our instruments. 104. And 72. And then we're going to go get our tempo. "106." Click track. Apologies for the volume of the click track, but let's see. When the big box gets made. So you wouldn't be able to do it with a CD, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what it's played off of, but probably have an easier time playing it through a MIDI file player in something like Windows 3.1 or Windows 98 maybe. That might be the easiest way to do it. But you could potentially play it on a modern computer too. Using something like Falcosoft's MIDI player or something like that. You can do it with a CD. You have a MIDI CD. It's hilarious. That is really funny. Yeah, send it over. Why not? Fractal Mind Mike, first of all, you're my hero. Second of all, when the big box gets made, from your lips to God's ears. But that's the reality is, I don't see us doing a big box or much physical, other than maybe one or two special little things like Julia has a voxel of Nancy. Physical is that handy close by? Let's show it off. Hold on. There we go. Like an action figure kind of thing. Although an inaction figure, I should say.
I actually have two. I've got this one that I got done by Shapeways, which is a colored sandstone.
Ooh.
And then this one is a wood substrate that I painted myself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the other one was printed?
Yeah, so this one was completely printed and colored by Shapeways.
And you made it? You programmed or put together the file for them?
Yeah, so I used Magica Voxel, which is a great little 3D voxel-y type of a program, and I just built her. And actually, she's kind of hollow too. I mean, you can't really tell, but yeah, you can kind of see here in her skirt, it's hollow. You have to pay by how much of the stuff you're using. So if you build it hollow on the inside as much as you can, then it weighs less. You use less material, and it's cheaper. So yeah, you can do all that. I built this model in Magica Voxel, and then I think this is an older version of that file. I think I had modified it between these two, so they're not exactly the same. But yeah, it was really fun to do voxel work, and I would love to do a bit more of it.
Nancy does exist in 3D, just in case there was ever a question. She does exist in 3D. Yeah, the inaction figure.
0 points of articulation.
She doesn't move, yeah.
No.
I'm wondering, could you then provide those files to people if they wanted to 3D print their own Nancy's?
Course. Absolutely, yeah.
That might be something cool to do at some point.
Yeah.
Say, hey, look, here's the files. I wonder how that would work with all the colors, or they would just print it in gray and paint it themselves or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there any 3D printers yet that print in color in that way?
Well, they print in the color of material filament that you use.
Right, because the sandstone one was colored, but I don't know how they did it.
You could technically print each piece separately and then glue them together if you wanted to do all those different colors. Or you could just paint it. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, you think Holton thinks there are full color 3D printers?
Yeah, I don't know. There are some color 3D, 10 times desktop.
Yeah, because Shapeways does have them, so they do exist, but I don't know if they exist on that consumer scale.
Yeah, probably that's probably not consumer stuff. And the desktop stuff is not cheap either. Like you're starting at $300-400 already, right? To get one of those printers.
Mm-hmm.
And they take a long time. Basically the cheaper printer you have, the longer it takes, and the more the less fine printing or error tolerance you get with that. But anyway, let's go back. I like this. Something like that. Okay. Let's hear how that sounds without this. I think I screwed up one note there at the end, but I kind of like that. Dun, dun. The metronome feels period correct. Yeah, right.
Ooh, I like that.
What's up, Hits by Harv? Everyone, I'd like to shout out my buddy Hits by Harv, who is brand new to streaming,
Nice.
but not brand new to music. He's been helping me learn mixing, but also he's been helping me. He's been mastering songs for me, and yeah, he's been just like my all-around Swiss Army knife of an engineer when it comes to engineering, and that is his full-time gig. He's an audio engineer, so if you need good audio engineering lessons, first of all, watch his streams, which I assume are going to be a lot of metal stuff, right? Right, Ryan? I don't know. You tell him. But he's probably going to be doing everything on there, mixing hip hop, mixing metal. I know he's a huge metal proponent and fan. And yeah, man. So check him out. Check him out. He's a good dude, very good dude. And I rely, like I said, I rely on him heavily, quietly, but rely on him heavily. Today he actually mastered a song for me a couple days ago. I just called him up and he gave me like, I don't know, it was like a mixing master class. And I was a little, you know how you like take one of those classes and you're kind of like fried at a certain point. You're just like, your brain is just done. That was where I got by the end of it, but it was so good. And I was already using the stuff. So 2 hours of hip hop today. There you go. See? Yeah. So he's doing all kinds of stuff, and he's well, technically kind of a transplanted New Yorker, but he's relatively local. Grundisov, he's in Bushwick. His studio's in Bushwick, but he also has a studio in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is where he's based out of.
Hmm.
So either way, he's got you covered. He does a lot of this stuff remotely for me. So like I give him access to my computer. He's moving around the
cool.
mouse. He's running in my Pro Tools session. You'd see his moving the mouse around and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, glad you're here, bro. Thank you for being here with us. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, how long do you want this to be?
Well, this would be looping.
It's short though, right? Or should it
It
be
can
longer? Because right now it's 30 some seconds,
be. Hmm.
maybe 35 seconds. And I don't know. Should it be longer?
Should it be long? It could be longer. It's a matter of, well, if it's really simple and it loops in, it probably won't. You probably wouldn't notice that it's looping, which it could be like that's the best thing. Um,
I got some ideas for it as you were talking. I'm kind of brainstorming in my head. But
okay.
let's hear some what this does. Not this sound, but let's find.
It's pretty good.
Dave War. Yeah, did you see that? We were talking about it a little bit earlier. It's Twitter. Twitter's good for that kind of stuff. For
Oh, it's
us
for sure. It's
knowing what's
amazing.
what, when, and what's what and when.
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
Whoops, not that.
Whatever that instrument is amazing, and I love it.
That's a xylophone, or so it says.
No, but the
Well,
one that goes brr,
yeah, it's a
this little,
xylophone, so it
so
says.
good.
Let's make sure we record that.
Totally
Remember?
perfect.
Yeah, so the thing that I sent Ryan today has like this full string arrangement and all this kind of crazy stuff, and now he's listening to me use this 1987 synth, so it's fun. He's like,
Yeah,
dude,
you
what are you
should let him
doing?
remote control your desktop now, and he could just makes it for you.
No, he can't because this is all external, so it's all external hardware. I'd have to like reroute my audio,
Oh.
which is no fun.
Yeah, but the perfect someone said exactly what I was thinking. I hear some spots that are perfect for a little plink. Yeah, I like the little plink sounds.
There's one plink that I'm thinking of.
And a super low bomb on the downbeat, as Farhar says.
Yeah, I know, of course he says that. He was mixing 808 stuff for me the other day. He's like, oh yeah, that 808's hitting pretty hard. Now this, totally different direction. This
Ooh.
actually might work.
Yeah, totally.
We might actually be able to use Ice Rain. The patch is called Ice Rain
Oh
in
my
this.
goodness. Ah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little nutty because I can, and I think some of the audience watching is a little nutty with me, so it works out.
Let's do this. Let's be nutty. Jim Makes Games, thanks for dropping by. Have a lovely
Dude,
night.
yeah, man. I've got to catch your streams, especially if you're doing some development now. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy.
Hitsbar Harp says, I heard this funny tuba on the first downbeat after the xylophone. I love this so much. This is like so perfect.
There's his tuba. He wants his 808 tuba.
Ooh, I like that too.
We might be able to use that as well. Let's just make sure we get everything. 120.
Like the tone for these is so perfect. I just want like a bunch of these.
Like little stingers or something like that.
Yeah, just little bits like this that we can loop when there's an intriguing scene that's been walked in on or something.
We need one more instrument, huh? That's not a drum instrument. I think we're running out of channels after this.
Well, Holton said some strings maybe could work. Ooh, the clarinet, my clarinet.
I think this is bassoon, but you're close.
Okay.
No, it says it's clarinet. There you go.
Oh, right there I go. I love it. This is like the exact same sound as the Dagger of Amon-Ra, and I love it.
Now, in case you're asking why I'm typing in these numbers, the numbers correlate to the patch in the MT32, and Pro Tools is not good about saving this, which is the MIDI instrument. Sometimes it does save, sometimes it doesn't save. Hopefully that was a problem with my old version of Pro Tools, and my current, which is the brand new, most current version, doesn't have that bug anymore, but there are so many bugs with Pro Tools, it's not even funny. So it is what it is, you know? Yeah. Anyway. Ding, 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 ding. That was totally wrong. Okay, let's play that again. That's it.
Yeah, it's a bit playful, Blaholton said.
Too playful?
It might be a bit too playful for this part of the
Don't
game.
hate the player, hate the game.
Ha ha ha.
Don't hate the game, we're making it. I don't know, let's see. Let's hear it from the beginning again. Fading in strings. I don't know if you can actually do fading in strings if it's not a patch already, but let's see. I know what you mean. You mean like string swells. I still think it's intriguing. I don't know. Is it too playful?
I don't know. I don't know that it.
Let's see. Hold on.
It might be a bit. Yeah, Deluxe Tux, I totally agree that this fits the cozy bill very well.
Let's see if there's any strings that I can get to fade in. I don't know if there are. They all have a pretty fast attack.
That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Let's fix that. Played a funny note in there somewhere. Ooh, you know what we could do?
Hmm.
The ice wind, this one makes it feel playful. Maybe you're right.
There was something that kind of sounded like the ice rain, but it wasn't as that much. It was just it seemed like individual notes of that on its own. Yeah, probably the ice rain's a bit too comical. As much as I do like it.
I'll buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This is patch 51 now. And this is not going to be patch 41. What if we try that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. That gives it less playfulness for sure. Edenwaith is asking why are they called patches, like patching up empty space in the song?
Because originally, if Hits by Harv is still here, he'll know as well. And Musically Inspired would know too. Originally, you took cables and you patched from one cable or from one source to another on these giant synthesizers.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can find or ARP Odyssey. See if we can find an image of it. Is it the Odyssey? No, it's not the Odyssey.
Definitely
Patch
cartoon meets
synths.
Agatha Christie era vibes, Edenwaith, and I'm kind of loving it. I think the tone is really perfect.
Modular, Moog Modular. That's what I'm looking for. You guys will be able to see this now, and you're going to be like, what the hell is going on? Here we go. So you see these cables? This is how
Yep.
you program the synth, by plugging in cables to various different sources. And you can take one cable and plug it in wherever the hell you want to create different sounds. Is it way more complicated than that? Yes. Do I know what the heck I'm doing with this stuff? No. But it's complex. Yeah, like the Moog modular, any modular synthesis is not for the faint of heart. It's or anybody with a time budget, because it's not fast. You can't save the patches, quote unquote. So that's what happens later. You get to be able to save the patches and things like that. So it gets wild. No, this is actually legit. Yeah, this is actually like a legit thing. It's not just some funny name. Ooh, that's a nice harmony there.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding. Du, 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 du.
Yes. Eating. Speaking of patches, looks like Julia has some quilt work project over there. I brought my cross stitch, my EGA. This is a Margot, her portraits cross stitch. I'm kind of working on that right now. I've got these two anti-maples that I have finished before, but you're just working on this one.
I think that's it.
While we do this, because I feel like it's the right mood setting and it's getting me the right vibe. Mm-hmm.
Sounds conversational.
I like it a lot.
Okay, good.
And I like how a lot of the instruments are kind of short, but you've got a few in there that have a bit of a
Sustain.
sustained. Yeah, which I like. I like most of them short, but that bit of sustained bit is a nice mix up, and it kind of makes it feel more mysterious too. Yeah, keeps it from getting too cartoony.
Dun, dun.
Yes, exactly. But holds in the soft ambient chords under the plinky stuff makes it real vibey. Yeah. I think this is so nailing the tone.
Yeah, cool. I like it. I mean, it's not something that is coming to me. It's not something that's not coming to me. You know, it's coming
It's
easy.
not something that's not coming to you.
Well, like, you know, sometimes you have an idea and like it takes a while before we can
Mhm.
quite get into it. This one is just kind of seems to flow pretty naturally and easy, even though it's not really tonal, or it's kind of tonal. I don't know how you describe it. Save it. We're right about a minute for whatever
Mhm.
that's worth. Dueling
Mhm.
dueling banjos. I honestly feel like it would loop well there.
Yes. Musically inspired, saying, "I'm humming it now." Catchy. It is catchy.
You're humming it? Jeez, you got an ear because this is like kind of like half tonal. I don't think it's really tonal. Kind of is. I guess if you played it crazy like
It's like X-Files now. Oh no, we're gonna get copyright strike. It's over.
probably. What makes it non-tonal? Well, I'm using kind of tonal chords. Some are not. So I'm using like, if you want to dissect it musically, I'm basing it around E minor and E flat minor, and they wouldn't really share a scale exactly. It would be weird. They don't really share a scale, but how do I can't play 6 notes at once with one hand. I'm not Christopher Guest. I guess I can, but even still. And then I'm kind of doing like half of a 12-tone row here. That's like 6 notes of a 12-tone row. So a 12-tone music is where you don't use any notes without using all the other notes before. It's not even non-function. Is it non-functional harmony, Mega Hammer? I don't know. You guys are smarter than me. I defer to Brandon and Donovan. They know that stuff better. Yeah, Christopher Guest had 6 fingers on his left hand. I only have 5. Well, actually, he didn't, but I defer to Donovan. Yeah, yeah. If you've ever watched his streams, he's pretty in there. Really, you know zero music theory? I wouldn't have thought that. I studied it, but 8-Bit Music Theory had a great video on non-functional harmony and Chrono Trigger that I really appreciate. Yeah, Chrono Trigger has a lot of great stuff in it. I want to say that's John Romero's favorite game. Favorite soundtrack. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
It's one of them if it's not his absolute favorite, but it's one of them. I'm inspired, not educated.
That's
fair.
good. I like that.
Fair. Fair. I don't know. I kind of feel like I could add more to this.
I liked the examples that we played. I mentioned that I liked that they were kind of stripped down a bit.
Yeah, this is stripped down. I could add. I was thinking you could add like a drone kind of layer to it. But I don't know if it needs it.
We could try it and then say no.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not a bad idea. MIDI track. Why did I create a VCA track? I don't want a VCA track. I want a MIDI track. There we go. Okay. Let's place another. What does Donovan say? Would be non-functional. The little 12-tone ditty is not. There you go. Okay, so if you really want to know how all this stuff goes, you'll have to tune into Mega Hammer Studios stream, one of his streams, and he'll explain it.
Oh, I should do I'll do a shout out.
He's been streaming game development as well. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's game development or if it's just kind of working on stuff as you guys are kind of making art and doing music at the same time. I don't know if it's for a specific game or not, though, is it? Although now maybe Cosmic Void now will do and Mega Hammer Studios might do some streaming. Maybe that would be a thing with this new upcoming game. Well, you already stream, so there's no real pressure there. Don't worry, we're all counting on you. Eden Waith, that's dad joke number 1. Thank you. And actually, drones are not allowed like pretty much anywhere in New York City,
Huh.
in the city limits. Dude, you named your studio after a hammer. That's true, a mega hammer. No, that would be cool to see it. I mean, you could show off some of the artwork, some of the style, you know. Julia, you're not allowed to show off some of the other game stuff that you've worked on unless it's already released, right? So you can't show it in process.
No.
It's
I
all
can show the
NDA
Space
stuff.
Warlord stuff. Like there's a trailer that's actually, you know what, I'll put a link
That'd be
down
cool.
for the Space Warlord
Yeah.
stuff if anyone wants to check it out. Yeah, unfortunately I can't share a lot of stuff.
Because it's
Um,
NDA and not
yeah,
released
yeah, and
yet and things
unreleased
like
stuff and
that.
things.
Yep.
Hold on. So
We're sharing unreleased music, but if you've noticed, if you've been paying any attention at all, we're not really sharing any of the game outside of chapter 1. Occasionally there's some artwork or animations or video that does show some of the outside and things. Anna, what's up? How you doing?
hey
Um,
Anna.
but it would be cool to show some of the process of that um, Space Warlord or organ trading simulator stuff
Oh, I
that's
could
already
probably show
done.
that because yeah, most of the art that I've done for that is kind of already like it's been shown and
Yeah,
stuff.
things that are finished or things that are released
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably you can't show off any of the playdate stuff yet.
No, I can only show the animated sort of animated game title screen, which is the recommendation dog title
That's
screen.
cool still.
And yeah, so that's the only real thing, unfortunately.
Probably that'll be more around once that gets released uh in whatever game season it gets released because it's not a shipping title, right?
No, it's not in the first season of
Yeah.
games for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
That we know. After that, whatever, but we just know it's not going to be released with the original
No,
ship date of the play date. But that's
right.
okay because you get how many seasons do you get when you buy this play date?
Well, as far as I know, you get the one season, which is 24 games.
And then you can
And
purchase
you get to keep
extra
those games
seasons.
forever. It's not like you get them for like a couple weeks and then you never see them again. Like you can just have them forever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anna Reno. Oh no. The sheriff is here.
Anna was my first guest on stream, which is really awesome. It was so good to have on. She and Rick Sir Highbury, who was in chat before, they do host along with Paul Corman. They host the Classic Gamers Guild podcast, and they've had a lots of really cool devs on there, including Ken and Roberta Williams, Lori and Corey Cole. They've
Julia
had
Minamata, Francisco
yes,
Gonzalez.
yes, they've had they've had indies as well on, which is really awesome. And just Anna's a really cool
Aren't
person.
technically all of them indies now?
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ken
Yeah,
and
yeah, they're all
Roberta.
kind of
Well,
indie.
Ken's making a game, obviously. We don't know much about it
Mm-hmm.
since it kind of had a little bit of hype a couple months ago or whatever. We don't know much
Mm-hmm.
more about it since then.
Mm-hmm.
But Lori and Corey Cole are definitely still working on Summer Days at Hero U
That's right.
and have
Yes.
released Hero U. If you haven't played that, there's something to go back and
Mm-hmm.
play through if you're itching for some Quest for Glory style stuff from the original developers of said game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty cool. Musically Inspired is working
Mm-hmm.
on some of the music for that.
It's very, very
And yeah,
amazing.
why not? Go check it out. So let's see. Is that too brooding?
No, no, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. So then maybe I'll put it in.
Oh, that is. Yeah, the drone is a bit much. You were right.
It just changes up the vibe, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit heavy for sure.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll leave that. We could play
Yes.
it quietly, but it becomes way more sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's not supposed to be
No.
sinister, and it's definitely Hans Zimmer farty. It's not supposed it's not supposed to be that either.
This is the Hans Zimmer theatrical version. Oh, I love Hans Zimmer. It's fantastic.
12-tone would be kind of cool, but no. You liked it real soft, but maybe yeah. I think it's problematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vangelis, the Greek god of keyboard.
Well, I also like the soft fartiness, but not the heavy farts.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? For anybody just tuning in, we are making fart music.
Hmm.
That's what we do. No, it looks like I've already saved that. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like it's what it needs to be. Shall
I
we
think you're
listen to
right.
it? Shall we listen to it once more?
Yes, please.
Okay. Dad joke, Slat Studio. And it loops right there.
Perfect.
I think that's pretty much it. How far? Let me see what exactly where the loop point is. If it's here or if it's quicker. Gong, gong, gong. It needs to be there. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, perfect. Okay, so it's
Hmm.
in like a perfect point to loop perfectly. Sweet. I think we might have our little intrigue track that we need.
It's really, 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 really good.
Cool.
Yeah, it so captures the tone of cozy mystery. Um, and yeah, I'm kind of hoping, yeah, we can get, in the following few weeks, maybe just a couple more, same kind of idea.
Yeah. A couple
Because
more of these things.
yeah, because it just sets the perfect tone
Yeah.
for the game.
Well, the nice thing is now that we have it like this, we have kind of the template of sounds. So to
Yep.
create more of these shouldn't be that difficult, even if we slightly make alterations to the sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like intrigue track 1, and let's say we
Mm-hmm.
do, I don't know, this is about a minute long, just under a minute, and you do 3 or 4 more of them. Shouldn't take a whole lot of effort. In fact, if we were really feeling ourselves, we could probably even try to do another one now. Are we really feeling ourselves is the question.
I think you're onto something here.
Okay. Okay. Speed run.
Yeah, let's do a speed run.
See, Edenwaith, you would be normally correct. I'm not trying to wrap that early. I'm trying to wrap early-ish, but not that early. What I will do though, I might make Julia show off something while I run up to get some water.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got cat cards and old freelance illustrations here. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah, we could do one of those, and it's
And you,
not even to be a channel redemption.
right, because I don't have that. Maybe I should put that in. Make Julia a channel redemption is make Julie do something.
Yes. So
And
Yeah,
just
I
Dan
mean,
making all the
if
videos.
who wants to see, they're either watercolor cat cards or more published work.
I'm gonna run upstairs. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
and whoever says something first, that's what I'll do. Just to kill time for Dan to get some water. Cat. So as soon as it says cat, we're gonna do a cat card. Great. Let's go to the Cat Cards by Julia album, which, like I said, has the ones that aren't currently up on a wall. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's do this. Have I done this? It's kind of hard for me. I should keep track of which ones I've shown and which ones I haven't shown. Maybe we haven't seen this one. If I show one that anyone remembers that I've shown, just tell me and I'll pick something else. Okay. This is a Happy Birthday Mom 2012. Did I show this one? This one. So there's a couple ducks here. This colorful duck over here is a king eater, and they have the most glorious colors you've ever seen. And they're actually in North America. So and they're native to our area, so southwestern Ontario. And they're gorgeous, beautiful ducks. That's the male. And the one over here, this other duck, I can't remember what this one is called. Did I write it down? I did not write it down. If anyone can name that duck, then please do. Dido, and of course we have Dido Cat, our dear departed Dido Cat, and she's looking through a scope. So my parents love bird watching, and so they have a scope, which is it's kind of like binoculars but way better, and you can see really far because a lot of these birds are kind of timid and they don't want anyone anywhere close to them, and the only way you're going to get a good look at them is if you've got a scope like this. And in fact, sometimes you can't, they're in places that aren't even accessible to people, so like nesting grounds and things like that. The best way to get a look at nesting grounds would be with a scope. Donald Daisy. This one is called, my mom would know that one there. And yes, this is done in watercolor as usual. This is from 9 years ago, so I've been doing these for quite some time. But yeah, this place is nowhere in particular, I don't think, but there are a lot of wetlands. We're right on the shore of Lake Ontario, so there's a bunch of different things. There's some beaches here and there, rocky beaches and wetlands. And we've been to a lot of these sites, and there are a lot of really good spots for birds, especially during the fall and spring seasons. It can be really nice to go out and take a look at what's going on. That's the cat card. Dan is still not back.
Oh, I'm back. I was
Dan's back. Okay,
I was
great.
just observing
Perfect.
and listening to what you were doing.
Okay, awesome. That's the cat card.
Yep, I'm here. I'm actually surprised nobody's redeemed a show off something yet. So we're good. We'll go back. We'll go right back into where we were.
Yes, and Maximus, are these new hair highlights or just new lighting? These are, yeah.
Well, let's show this off again. Hold on. There we go.
These are highlights I got. I got my hair done for the first time probably 2.5 years. So even before COVID started up, it had been a while. I think I got my hair cut before, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you, but it's definitely been more than 2 years, probably more like 2.5. And so I got some inches off, although it's still pretty long, and got some highlights in, and it's feeling a lot better. It's feeling a lot lighter. I've got a lot of hair. Every time I've gone to get my hair cut, without fail, they say you've got a lot of hair. And that happened again this time. Sometimes they double team with hair dryers to dry my hair even faster because it takes forever to dry. This time when they were doing putting the color back in, after they toned it, they bleached it out and then they colored back in. He had a helper help him with that because there's just so much hair. And part of the reason is because usually, even in the best of times, even in the pre-COVID times, I was getting my hair cut and colored twice a year at most, which is a lot of time to wait. And invariably that means that there would be a lot of hair for them to deal with.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. So I guess what this means now is Julie's going to be getting her hair done quite a bit more often.
Actually, whenever I get it done, I ask them, can you please make it so that when it grows out, it's not that obvious? So yeah, you can see that it's kind of, it's not, I don't get my hair colored up to the root because when it grows out, I don't want to have obvious roots. So yeah, I make it expressly so I don't have to go more than twice a year because I'm both lazy and a little bit cheap. But Dan's hair looks fantastic. Dan, how often do you get your hair cut?
Not as often as I'd like to. I need to get it cut this week, actually, but I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Yep. My guys are on holiday because it is the Jewish holidays this week, so
Oh, nice.
my barber shop was closed the past couple of days. It's closed today and closed tomorrow.
I see.
So Blaholton has a mullet and can recommend. And I did see that Musically Inspired did redeem a show off something from the collection. Now here's the question:
Mm-hmm.
hardware or software? Because I did get a new. I always have something new coming in here and there, so there's always something. Thank you, Cosmic Void. Same to you. I'm not sure. Double emoji. But yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna do hardware or we're gonna do software. Hardware, okay. This is something I got recently from a buddy that I've probably mentioned on here a bunch of times, a buddy Kevin. He is in the Classic Gamers Guild. He's also a big box PC game collector. Kevin Ing, and a friend of mine from Seattle, and I'll show off what he sent.
Thank you, Blaholtzen. Green winged teal is the duck, the other duck that was in the Dido card. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Ooh.
that.
Want to become famous by banning that person?
Yes.
Anybody? Sammy, you got a ban hammer?
I think I can do it too.
You should be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
No, as a matter of fact, I do not want to become famous, but I would like to have the money, just not the fame.
You're so right about that. Yes, absolutely.
So thanks. I'm gonna show off Blaster.
Yes.
I finally got a Blaster. And it does transform. It's a little busted up, but it does transform. He does, or however you want to say it. He's got, his head's a little busted up, but still pretty cool. And the cassette thing doesn't eject. I'm not sure if it's actually supposed to. I think it is supposed to, but I think the button's jammed. But yeah, he does work mostly. I don't know if I can get both his arms out, his hands, or whatever out of there. But I got Blaster from Kevin. He somehow found it at I think he found it at a thrift shop or something, which is kind of unheard of to find these Transformers at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. And so to compare, I want to show you the size of Soundwave. Soundwave is way smaller. Like, I don't know, less than half the size of Blaster, which I never realized. I always thought they were
Soundwave is
about
way
the
cooler
same.
looking.
He is kind of cooler looking just because he's blue instead of, I don't know, red, yellow, and
Well,
silver.
I think the buttons are cooler too, and
in this one, he actually works. The eject actually works, although I don't have any of the tapes. I don't have Ravage or Laserbeak or any of those guys. But that is Blaster, and that's the redemption. So I've now owned the two musical G1 Transformers that are, in my opinion, worth owning. Jazz I don't count because he's not really a musical Transformer. Yeah, the ones that I want to own, I have now. And there is a guy called Sound Blaster who looks almost identical to Soundwave, but he does not transform into a cassette deck, even though he has like the chest piece that looks like a cassette deck. He doesn't actually transform into it.
I mean, Musically Inspired asks, do those take mini cassettes or something, or proprietary
No,
tapes?
neither. They're just Transformers. There's like another Transformer that fits inside inside Soundwave. And there's like their little tape-sized, mini cassette-sized Transformers. The toy industry did indeed used to be way cooler. We need a toy modder to make DTB MT32 Transformer. Hey, that would be cool. They did it with the DeLorean too. Let's jump
Oh.
back. There's a DeLorean Transformer crossover. Yeah, I could show off an actual sound blaster too. But we'll show that off another time. Somebody else will have to redeem something at some point. But yeah, blaster. So now I own the 2 musical Transformers, and that makes me happy.
Ravage, Frenzy, Rumble, and Laserbeak.
Yeah, there you go. Frenzy and Rumble.
Hmm.
Rumble's the guy that has like the little arms and he pounds the ground and causes earthquakes. Laserbeak is kind of like a spy. I think Ravage is like some kind of cat. Ravage is Laserbeak is a bird. Obviously.
Laserbeak could be a squid.
Yeah, but he's not.
Okay.
He could
Fair
be,
enough.
but he's not. Okay, so here we are with our template. Oh, let's go back to a composing screen. Here we are with our template. Toys were the coolest when toy companies owned Saturday mornings. You know, I still think they do. We just don't care, and the quality of toys is definitely not as high as it once was. I don't know. Probably nostalgia factor has a lot to do with it, you know?
Oh, sure.
I enjoyed having shows like He-Man telling me what to buy.
Mhm.
Have you seen, Anna, have you seen all the remade He-Man stuff? There's a whole bunch of it. Yeah, TMNT and Ghostbusters, real Ghostbusters. It was great. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we were programmed to have that. There's also a lot of terrible toys. Yeah, that's true. Nostalgia in this crowd? Yeah. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So I want to use that similar kind of chord progression with minor chord, maybe major chord or minor chord, half step away from each other. Or I could use some kind of third thing. So well, it's not going to work as well. Major third. That's kind of cool.
I
Ticking
do
clock.
like these
That's
instruments
cool.
together.
Yeah. Anna says, do you guys have any pieces that are entirely unwritten, or do you have a little bit of framework for all of them? I don't know how to answer that. Can you answer that, Julia? Because they're all unwritten, really.
Yeah.
Everything you guys have heard, I've never really had any framework other than like what Julia gave at the beginning. So like kind of inspiration, I guess.
Yeah, which is just, example music, and this needs to loop, and just the general like tone we want to go for, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not specific, but I don't know. This makes me feel like I'm on a time limit. Interesting. Or at least that I need to be very careful. Okay. So maybe we're not on the right track yet.
Yeah, a bit more intrigue maybe.
Too heavy. I like this better.
Yeah, because you like those little bits
Yeah,
that kind of
ding,
go up
ding.
and yeah.
Ding. Yeah, the steadiness. I think you're right. I think you're totally right, Brandon. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I like it how it's broken up. Yeah, musically inspired has hit the nail on the head.
Where do I want to go after here?
And the voice actress who voices Marge Simpson turned 71 today.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Julie Kavner, I believe.
117. Okay, we need a click track. Just a Jeffy. You know, I like the 8-bit one because it punches through everything. Any kind of sound you're trying to record, it just punches right through, so I can hear it.
Definitely.
I'll play you guys at some point. Maybe I'll play a track that I'm working on that's unrelated.
Ooh.
It's just something. It's just a basic idea, but
Yeah, the in Marge's voice. I can't do it.
That's more
It's very
Yoda. Okay, I like it so far. Something along those lines. Get more of a conversational thing.
Love that clarinet. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that as an idea. Mm-hmm.
Hello. Record anytime you feel like it. There you go.
I like that part, but the first bit was a bit too like bright and happy.
There you go.
Deluxe Tech said, like the last piece, I'm still mentally inserting that high pitched string pluck.
And Edenwaith said Dan's sounded more like a mummy groaning than Marge Simpson. Yes, thank you.
It's hard to do a Marge Simpson.
We'll be on. I'll tell you what. We'll stream every single night and just practice our Marge Simpsons. It'll be Marge Simpson streams for hours at a time. That would be entertaining. That was pretty good. That was better. That was better. Let's listen to this. Patreon goal, right?
Slarge Studio, thank you for coming to chat and stream. Have a lovely night.
Take it easy.
Marge Timber.
That was pretty good.
I don't know about that instrument.
We used it last time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe it's just too loud.
4 hours of Marge groaning, but 1 home with groaning at the 2.3 hour mark.
But let's use a different instrument.
Okay. It's better.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
Mhm,
dun,
mhm.
dun, dun, dun.
I like that.
Something like that, yeah. What the hell did I just play?
Ooh, Anna got her son the Yellow Album Simpsons soundtrack for his birthday. Oh, it's amazing you can still get that. Oh, eBay, nice, Anna. Well done.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Fantastic. Something unexpected. I really like that sound actually in there. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I love that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was a good bit too.
Let's hear it from the top.
That's pretty good. I feel like there's too much of the chords.
Yep. Yep. Probably these chords right here if we change these to something else.
Just a Jeffy asks, does AGS have some intelligent ways to handle musical transitions, or is it something the game dev needs to program? As far as I know, Just a Jeffy, we
You
have
have
to
to
do we have to
program
program
it.
it,
Yep.
and it's really tricky, and I'm actually not very good at those things. Yeah, yeah, you have to program in like the volume, fading in or fading out or whatever, and I haven't touched much of it because a lot of that when I do, I seem to make the game crash a lot because if you have something set as playing and it's playing all the time and then you forget or you want it's just it's really weird. It's just something I'm very not good at.
Yeah, there's no middleware for AGS that works, or if there is, it's very obscure. Um, but yeah, musically inspired is probably the guy to ask about that implementation
Mm-hmm.
of music,
Mm-hmm.
because he works in AGS. There's a lot of I's and T's to dot and cross.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if they're
totally.
not, then it'll crash.
You probably could spend months fine tuning that kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
if you really wanted to. So this is the tough part about game dev is that you have to decide what goes onto the cutting room floor
Mm-hmm.
or what you have to this would be amazing if we could do this, but the game will still function as we intended if we only do this.
Yes.
And a lot of times even big AAA games you'll see that uh they program things because it's easier to test.
Mm-hmm.
They make design choices because it's easier to test that way. Like Skyrim or something like that. Like their missions are programmed a certain way so that they can QA them easier.
Mm-hmm.
But just think about the scope of that, and that's with a team of hundreds.
Yep.
And here you've got a team of one and a quarter.
Oh
So,
no, you're at least a third.
Okay, there you go. AGDI took months of development for QFG. Yeah, see? There you go. That's well, AAA games, yeah, they'll use most of them will use one of the middlewares. They'll use Fmod or Wise. I believe Empire of Sin uses Fmod Studio, and that's not even we're not a AAA studio. Yeah, LucasArts did that with iMuse. Yep. iMuse was kind of like the first, wasn't it? It was the first one to be interactive, fully interactive or adaptive to the player. MIDI manipulating Wonderland. I'm sure it was also hell, in addition to
Mm-hmm.
being a Wonderland. I could use that one again. That's from the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never even realize that you've heard this twice, or you think you're hearing the same thing, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
not at all the same thing.
I still think there's a lot of this chord.
I agree. I think this is also doing it.
The other one definitely had more like empty spaces in it and stuff.
We could keep this one shorter too.
Mm-hmm. If this one feels more like the goblin thing, where it's more like sneaking up on something.
Maybe also we could just give it more space.
Hmm.
Whoops. Like actual space.
So what does that do?
You'll hear it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That is better.
It also makes the track longer.
Haha, perfect. I still feel like the bump 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 bump. I don't know. I still feel like it feels, yeah, it does feel like it's like stalking music. It's like it feels like sneaking.
Okay.
Um yeah. Yeah.
Too sneaky.
Yeah, it feels, it almost feels like that could be like it's eavesdropping music kind of.
Could use it for that too. Well, it's almost a complete idea.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just leave it
Mm-hmm.
as is for now, and we'll
So
come
okay,
back
so
to
hold on.
it.
Which this one is are they called
I
different
just
things?
called it Intrigue Track and Intrigue Track 2.
Okay, I will write that
So
down.
that'll be the easiest, probably easiest way to do it.
Okay. So that one is kind of like sneaky.
Ooh, Blade's apartment theme on MT32 from Rise of the Dragon. That's pretty cool. I haven't played Rise of the Dragon. I think I have it.
I have played it and it's really good, but I've never finished it.
I'm sure I have it for either PC or Amiga somewhere.
Hmm.
Where? I don't know. I have so many random games, it's not even funny. I have doubles of some games. I still need to get rid of some.
Can we hear
A
the
lot.
first track again?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
And then let's listen to it as compared to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can just thin out some of these chords.
Okay. There's a lot I like in it.
Yeah, same. Ba, 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 ba.
Just Jeffrey says, Dan, if you're local, I'd suggest Game Tradesies. I have doubles too. Anna also says she has games for tradesies, but I know she's not local too, unfortunately.
No, I do trade stuff via mail. My buddy
Okay.
Kevin is located in Seattle. We trade a lot of stuff. My buddy Travis was in Texas. Now he's in Virginia.
Hmm.
We do it Frozo Grabbins if he occasionally comes into the streams as well. Yeah, eTrader. eHarmony Trader.
Oh, Maximus says, did we get Dan's thoughts on the whole graded game trading scandal? What's this about? I've never heard of this.
Oh yeah, there's a big scandal going on. Nah, I don't really want to talk about it too much. It's just
Okay.
there's a lot of bad vibes I feel like from both sides, which I don't love, and I don't know. It's a big can of worms that's not fun. But that said, I do own some games, not many. I think I only have 2 games graded by said embattled company, which you can see here. This is a Zelda 9.6 A+. But I had this graded 4 months before the whole thing exploded. So anyway, yeah, if you want to watch it, you can watch it, the video. I like the guy Reserved Investments. I like what he says a lot about collecting. But he's more on the trade side of it. Whoops, I didn't mean to eliminate Julia there. Yeah, if you watched the Carl Jobst video, some people totally disagree with him and say everything he did was complete nonsense, and then other people say that the other side is full of complete nonsense. And what I've seen is complete nonsense from both sides. Not completely. There's plenty of stuff going on, but yeah, there's problems with it. There's definite problems in the grading. Now the thing is, video game grading I don't think is a scam or whatever in general. I just don't think the way they've got it right now is the way to go. They need to release population reports, which is like tells you how many grades or how many games and what grades they are that the company's graded entirely, like they do with coins and cards and comics, so that you know that there's only so many copies of Action Comics 1, which is the first appearance of Superman. There's not many of those comics, which is why they're worth so much money. What's happening basically is that people are trying to just inflate all this money into this. It's just kind of insane how much money the money is the problem. I mean, if you can look behind me, you can see that I obviously collect this stuff. I mean, I do trade and sell it too, but not to much of a scale, comparatively speaking. So, yeah, there's some shady people doing some shady stuff. That's basically it. And people with a lot of money, trying to make more money. And it will be at the expense of the collectors, or at least some of them. What could happen that would be positive about it, if the so-called bubble or collecting does burst, this stuff could get really cheap. So for somebody like me who actually wants it, if it was really cheap, it would be fine. It would be nice to have every PC game be $10 again or $5. And go to the thrift store and be able to actually find them on the shelf instead of having every knucklehead and their mother, like you go in and you see a copy of Super Mario Brothers for NES that should be $5 at $40. That's just and that's at a thrift shop. That's not at a game store.
Mhm.
So that's a whole nother story entirely. Well, you can sit it out. I'll tell you what, I like to do business with guys that I know because we can give each other unbelievable deals that we wouldn't be able to get off of eBay. Like, hey, I have this game that's worth $30. I'll sell it to you for 10, or I'll trade it to you for another game that you got for cheap. So that's how it,
Mhm.
that's how it's worked well for me. So yeah, big box marketplace is a good place if you want to buy and sell big box stuff. Things on eBay tend to be overpriced in general too. And think about it, eBay, once you buy something off eBay, you're adding 13 or 14% to the transaction
Mm.
as a seller. You're losing that as a seller, and you're paying that as a buyer, whether you know it or not. You're paying that premium sometimes. If a game is $30, they might charge you 35 on eBay or things like that. I mean, I think they're generally overpriced in general, but that's another story entirely. Secondhand Warhammer stuff on a Swedish trading site. Nice. Paul Holton, you're in Sweden, right? Yeah. Jim Matt says sometimes the thing you want is so worth it. You turn, yeah. I don't know. You know what's funny? Like, we used to think Neo Geo games were the unbelievably expensive video games to collect. Like, Metal Slug games are a couple $1,000s a piece. Now that pales in comparison to what some games have sold for. Did you hear this, Julia, that there was a copy of Super Mario 64 sealed, graded, that sold for $1.5 million?
Which one?
Super Mario 64.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Sealed copy in a high grade. Sold for $1.5 million, and this is in the last 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, well, there's no danger of me turning my dollar brain off and picking that one up,
Well,
that's for sure.
exactly. And
But there's some things I would do that for, I think, too.
but 2 or 3 years ago, the high price for a game was one of the Neo Geo games that was stupidly rare, and that went from somewhere between $40,000 and $70,000. But that was like the rarest of rare
Yeah.
games, or the Nintendo World Championship cart, which is another rare of
Yeah, of
rare.
course.
But these games aren't exactly rare. So no, so yeah, there was one that kind of the guys sold the game to themselves to inflate the price. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So I don't know. Good for them.
Yeah, I
You
guess
know,
it's just a matter of if you were gonna, yeah, like participate or whatever or not, and you don't have to if you don't want to.
I never got into collecting to get rich. Put it that way. I never thought of it as money like that. And then I bought and sold to basically support the collection. The idea is you buy something, maybe you buy a lot of games, and at the end of the day, when you sell the games back, you get that lot for free, or you
Hmm.
got the 2, 3 games out of the lot that you wanted for free. That's kind of the way collecting, I thought,
Yeah,
worked.
I mean, they always say this on Antiques Roadshow, is you should, if you collect something that you love, then you'll never, you'll never regret it, in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah. That's more like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I have these old computers here that I don't think are particularly valuable, but they're,
Hmm.
nice. I like them. I enjoy having them. I have a ton of Seal games. I just unwrapped them all. I wouldn't do that, but you know, you would definitely make some waves if you did a sealed video. You'd get a lot of haters. That's sometimes the attention that you get is not always the attention that you want. Speaking of which, that bot that came in earlier and asked me if I wanted to be famous, and the answer is no. No, I don't.
He's barking
I
up the wrong tree.
No, barking up the wrong tree. Yep, there you go, Travis B. See, Toonstruck from Travis B for $20, right? Travis is one of the guys I was mentioning. He's on here sometimes,
Hmm.
and he'll sell me a game that he got for he'll just sell it to me for what he paid for it, knowing that it's well under the market value of that game, which is
Mm-hmm.
cool. And I'll do the same for him. You got Willie Beamish from him, nice. Yeah, see, and he'll give you a good deal. And especially for me, if it's like a good deal on a game that I don't have already. If it's a good deal on a game that I already have, I'll just leave it for somebody else, knowing that he's going to sell it to somebody that, or
Mm-hmm.
trade it to somebody. With the stickers. I think I actually have an extra set of stickers and manual, which the manual for Willie Beamish is really cool. It looks like a Mead notebook,
Oh, cool.
like one of those. That's kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
way they made
yeah.
it to look like. And the stickers are cool too. There's also a pizza menu, I think, in there. There's some cool stuff in these big boxes. But yeah, I'd say we're actually in pretty good shape here with both of these.
I think so. I think yeah, they set the tone well, and they both have intrigue and different levels of intrigue, which is important too.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I'm very like I can't believe we got two kind of done
we kind of got
today.
two done.
Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. It's scary because I didn't even know earlier today what we were going to do. Came up with something, and then Dan has gone on and exceeded expectations again.
Hey,
So we're going to be building, more chapter 5 music in a couple weeks, probably. When I haven't even started actually developing chapter 5. But that's my problem.
details.
Details. Hmm.
But yeah, if you want to trade games with me, I'm always up for people trading games. By the way, just DM me on Twitter or something. It's tough though for like myself and Anna. Anna's in BC, which is Canada. Once you start shipping over the border, then immediately shipping, the minimum you pay for shipping is $25. At least in the US, you can kind of attempt to keep it reasonable, but once you get over the borders, it gets expensive.
Oh yeah,
Customs
for
too.
sure.
Customs, we don't pay customs here on stuff, but I've heard that you guys will pay them if we send you stuff. Like if I send you something, it's kind of hit or miss to whether you'll be paying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're in Toronto. You're over the border too. Yep, you're in Toronto. So you're by Julia somewhere.
Yes.
Nice.
Although I'm not really like, yeah, I don't really collect big boxes or anything like that.
No, Julia's not the hoarder that I am. That you can see behind me.
No. No. Yeah, I love seeing other people's collections, and it's just nice to see that there's those kinds of things are still around. Um, but yeah, just too much stuff.
Yeah.
Too much stuff.
Hoarder, I mean, I don't take the term too lightly, but I'm close to that.
Ha.
I got to get rid of some stuff. I say it all
Beach
the
is
time.
just a Jeffy nice.
Is Beaches one of the suburbs or one of the areas
It's
of
one of the
Toronto?
areas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think I think what we should do at this point is, first of all, thank you guys all for being here as
Yes.
usual. It's always appreciated. But I think we should find somebody to raid, and I see that Tonda is playing Little Nemo the Dream Master for NES, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
Renaissance is playing Secret of Monkey Island. Still
Yes,
playing
I rated him last
Secret
week
of
because of
Monkey
that.
Island. Okay, so we shouldn't raid him again. Not that we shouldn't, but let's give somebody else a chance to be rated. I was gonna look and see. Let's see, as we always do. Let's look up Crimson Diamond, and of course I am streaming it. I'm finding myself in the views here. This is, and the other videos are you last week with Jim Maxwell.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's see if King's Quest is being played by anyone. King's Quest, Quest for the Crown, which is the new version. I would not like to watch that.
Is anyone playing Lamplight City or Colonel's Bequest?
Ooh, Lamplight. Let's see if somebody's doing Lamplight. Even though I've already beat Lamplight City. No, not at the moment. Nobody's playing. How about Empire of Sin? Could check that out. Nope, nobody's doing Empire of Sin.
Keyword Sierra, and it asks.
I don't know if you can do keywords like that.
Hmm.
Because it doesn't really come up. Stuff doesn't really come up that you want. this is a Sierra something, but they're playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't think we want to watch
Oh, weird.
GTA 5. Let's try Colonel's Bequest. Nope, nobody's playing that.
Aw.
King's Quest 4. Somebody is playing King's Quest 4. But I don't think they're in English. I'm not sure. Oh, they probably have to be in English, right? I feel like Tonda is the guy I'd like to raid tonight. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, I feel like Tonda's streaming schedule now kind of lines up with ours, and it never really did before, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Shodan Freeman is playing Loom. Ooh, ask me about Loom.
Do you
Browse
have
and
a copy
adding
of
point
Loom, Dan?
I do. I have 2. I have a copy of, I think it might be only the box, but then I also have a copy of the CD-ROM only version, which
Mhm.
didn't actually come in a box. It just came as like it was like a pack-in version or something. No, I don't have the cassette. No, I don't think I have any of the stuff that came in the box. I think it's just the box. Yeah, it's like a jewel case version or something. And the CD version of Loom is awful. They
Oh.
basically baked the music and the dialogue together. So it's not cool. Yeah, Red Book Audio. Yeah. So you can play the game. I mean, you can play the CD on a CD player. It's bad. And chopped out a ton of dialogue to fit. Ugh. Well, anyway, let's raid up Tonda and see what he's up to. But I want to thank everybody for watching. We had a nice turnout tonight. Nice chatting with everybody. I always appreciate our chats because I feel like the chats are way busier than they should be for the amount of people that are watching. Because I see a lot of people with a ton of people watching, and then I never see as much chat as our chats are always nice and on fire. I love it.
Yes, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And always so interesting. You guys know so much stuff, and I like to ask questions of you guys and get technical problems resolved. It's like, how do I do this? How do I do that? What game was this? And there's always an answer. So
I
thank
think
you.
we're streaming to learn stuff from the chat is really what
Yes,
we're doing.
that was an unintended benefit, but we enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out. And we're going to rate up our guy Tondagasa,
Sweet.
who's playing Little Nemo the Dream Master for NES, which is probably a pretty cool game. I never really had much luck with it, though. To quote your fellow Canadian, you're breathtaking.
I don't know what that
I-O.
quote is.
I don't either. Is that Justin Bieber?
Is it?
I have no idea. Keanu.
Oh, Keanu.
Oh, there you go. He's Canadian?
I did not know
How
that.
about that? I didn't know he was Canadian. All right. We'll see you guys next Tuesday right back on Julia's channel, _Maple Mystery. Thank you guys. And we are rating.
Nice.